Hello my people, welcome to Your Tech and so today we'll be looking at these two amplifier here. So there are two different products. This one is US 4000, this is Audio. Okay, so let's just dive in and look at the issue and also the differences between the two of them. Now if you look at this first one you have here, this is still the original panel that came with it. You can see it's company, it's still from the factory kind of panel. But if you look at this one, this is not the factory made, this is already handmade, the locally made. Okay, so the two of them are both having issue, but let me just zoom further so that you see what I'm doing right here. Okay, so let's start with this first one. So I want to just explain for you in case you see any one of them, so the way to handle them based on the kind of issue they're having, because their interface look different a bit, you know. The other one is building. Okay, should be able to see better now. Alright, let's go. So for those that of you that are just starting, this is what a transformer looks like. And if you look at this from my power at the back here, it will flow through this side. You know, I'm trying to explain so that you know the way it really works from beginning to end for the factory made and for the locally made. So let's look at the factory made. So from the back, from your AC cord, you plug it straight. The voltage will flow through these two cables. These are the cable taking the live and the neutral. From here, it will float through the switch here. So immediately I turn it on, that is one leg of it will enter the switch while the other leg will pass. You understand now? So one leg is going straight to this wire, the other leg pass through the switch. You understand now? So that is why the switch is able to control it. It's just to break the flow. So let's say this, my two hands are going like wire now. This one will cut halfway. So there will be a switch at the middle. So whenever you turn it on, it will bridge together. Do you understand now? So the AC will definitely flow to this part. Then from there, the secondary side of this transformer is plenty a bit, unlike the regular one. This one is, you cannot see that right now, but is a 240 volt transformer, but the output, we have the output of 18, it's giving me 0 18. I have that of 22, I have 65 0 65. Okay, so that is giving me flowing straight to this place. Then for the 65, yeah, because that is what I'll be using to drive the both side. So the 65, if you look straight here, you'll see a diode, a 4-leg diode. The way it works is this. Look at this two wire here. Let me zoom in further for you. Yeah. So you see this is what we call a diode. It's a 4-leg diode. It has 4 pins. You understand? So out of the 4 this way, 2 among it will be AC. Just check the body. You see it's because this one is dirty already. So 2 among it will be AC. That is the source coming from your transformer will enter those 2. Then it will have a plus and a minus. So from there you pick the one that will be flowing through this capacitor. So once it flows into this capacitor, all the rectification will be complete. So it's giving me 65. So by the time it flows here, I will be having 95 volts here. But by the time it's lit up, that will give me 45 45. That is 45 0 45. All right. So my voltage are going in here. The plus HV, then the negative HDV, everything. Just understand that this is the power pack of it. Don't let me confuse you too much. So remember, the transformer accept the AC, we'll step it down. Then we took the 65 volt through this diode, and it flows through this capacitor. So the capacitor rectifies to make it more stable. Then we have the output through the positive side and the negative side, and different voltage too, because you know there are some parts, like the part for my fan needs just 24 volts. There are some parts that need 12 volts and the rest. Okay, but for my main amplifier, that is what I'm more concerned about, so that you understand the way it really works. Okay, let me use this side. So AC straight into AC to the diode, from the diode to the capacitor, rectify it to DC, then from there it's flowing down to these cables here. Okay, now if you look at this cable, this part you see here is my main preamp. It has my preamp and my transistor, because the transistor are the ones the parts that are responsible for the amplification. You understand now? So they are the ones that are responsible. So they are the part that are responsible for it. So what they will do is, once the voltage, because this is my plus side now, this is my negative side, while this is my ground, then my speaker out. You understand? Then the voltage that is supplying my fan is coming through side. Just we are concerned about this positive side, negative side, the ground, and also my speaker out. So for this type of pre board, just know that the positive, check it, you'll see it. You can see VCC here. Sorry, my camera is not too sure. Just manage with it for now. This is my plus VCC. So the high voltage that is coming, that has passed through the capacitor output, so it's coming here. Then the negative side going here. Then my ground, this one, if I put it this way, you can see it now. It's set there already. So this is my positive, this is my negative, this is my ground, this is my speaker out. Then the other voltage that is coming here, that will be able to supply my fan. I believe you really understand. So that is the way an amplifier just works. It's just very, very simple. So whenever you have any issue, the first thing to check it, check maybe the voltage comes in, if your switch is working properly, because if the switch is not working properly, you know, you will not be able to, there will be no voltage here, you understand, and there will be no voltage here, and immediately there is no voltage here, then you know there is issue. So that is how to trace it. So once you see if it passed the test, check for the output, is it supplying? If it is supplying, if you don't know how to test if a transformer is working, check my playlist, I've done enough video on that. So check if the transformer is supplying. If it's supplying, fine, proceed to the diode. That is, you come to this side here, it is just look at the AC. These are the AC input. So once it's here, remove this DC part, remove it, then test it with your multimeter. But set your multimeter to a high range, not to a low range first. You understand? Then check it. Once you receive a voltage there, a very stable one, not that when the expected voltage is like maybe 30 or 40 and you are saying like 5, 10, then you know there is problem with the transformer. But if it's giving you what you want, then proceed, check if your capacitor is okay, and check once the voltage is coming out and you can see voltage from here, then that is to tell you that the problem is around this side. And note one thing about amplifier, once one of your transistor is not working, the whole system is down. Now if you look at this particular one, let's look at it very well. Okay, now you will see there are a lot of physical damage on this. You can see this resistor gone, this one gone, this one gone. You can see this one gone, and the rest. A lot of explosion has really happened. You can see these capacitors too, they are gone. So what I want to do is I want to really rebuild it back to normal. This side, not too bad too, but having issue. So that is that about Handmade amplifier. So let's look at the second type we have here. Let's look at the building. How do you go about it? Yeah, for the building part, they are still related, just that you know, company made, everything will be well packaged and it will look more professional. You understand? You know, like what you have on the heat sink and this preamp, you see, for that one they package everything together and on the flat board, which make it not look beautiful. But that's not a problem there. Now look at what I have here. Now you see the transistor, because when you in amplifier, although depending on the type of amplifier, some of them use MOSFET, while some use BJT or BJT transistors and the rest. Okay, but the ones I have with me here are using BJT transistor, that is 2SC and 2SC 5200. Okay, so now let's look at the way it works for this building one, in case you come across something like this and you're like, wow, this is quite different from that, I don't understand anything. My friend, calm down, it's very simple. So look at it. We have 4 transistors here. The one I have here, the top side is 5200, then the other side will be 2SA 1943. So there will be 4 here. 4 NPN will be up, then 4 PNP will be down too. This is channel 1, this is channel 2, like the same way you have it in the other one there. So this is my channel 1. So 4 NPN, 4 PNP to complete the full circuit. And you see my choke. I have choke here. The essence of the choke is that because one thing about transistor, you know, a transistor can handle up to 15 amps. You understand? One transistor can handle up to 15 amps, and if it can handle up to 15 amps, once you keep loading, it should be trying its best to keep supplying, and in the process of that, the transistor will definitely explode. So to prevent it from overworking, that is why we used to put the choke there. So you can see the choke being connected. Don't worry,
If you need a circuit diagram of the way we do that, and also that is why you must subscribe to this channel. Do where to subscribe, because I'm currently the other one that is having issue, that I don't like the pre-board, is not really that strong to my taste, so I want to rebuild it, because this one is 4,000 watts and it's giving me what I want perfect. Okay, so ensure you subscribe to this channel so that when I drop that video, I will record the video step by step. From the transformer, we'll build the power pack together, we'll build the heat sink, everything, the pre-board. You can see this is part of the material I'll be using for it, so we'll do it together. So ensure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on that video. So this is my 4 MPN here, 4 PNP down below, then the transient, the choke resistor are connected to it, and all the legs are being raked together, because this is where my output will be coming out from. You understand now? So for the pre-board, if you look at my pre-board here, let me just break it down. Don't worry, in the main class when we start the building, you understand. So in case you have issue issue with this particular type, you've not worked on Handmade before, you've been more concerned about, you've been working on more of the Readymade, just know that the voltage that is coming in for this one is coming in through these 2 wires, these 2 thick ones here. You can see it. This is where it's flowing through, then to my switch here, to my switch, then from my switch to my transformer. Okay, then from my transformer, remember the way it will give you output, then from the output it will flow into this capacitor, then from the capacitor I have my output, my DC output here. You can see my DC output, one supplying this channel, then the other one supplying this channel too. So this is my preamp, this is my main preamp here. If you understand the way one channel works, you will understand the way the second one works too, definitely. So this is my main preamp. So the voltage that is coming straight here, then it will boost it up a bit, then before it now supply it to the main amplification system. So from here I will tap my output. So if I'm using 2 recipes, because mind you, a pair of a transistor can give you of this particular transistor 2SA5200 and the 2SA5200 and 2SA1943 can give you 150 watts, just the pair of one of them. You understand now? So, and it can handle up to 15 amps. Can handle, each one of them can handle 15, so they are high amplifier, high amps. They can deal with a high level of amps conveniently. So my pre-board, the main amplification system, then sending my output straight to the output port here. And this is my volume side here. You see, we've reworked it down. So what we simply did is the DC voltage coming here, this is the indicator for that side. Then whenever my output speaker receive any signal, this bulb will definitely pop up, and my volumes still work perfect. Even though we've rebuilt it, everything is still working perfect. Okay, I believe you understand now. So whether you come across the Readymade or the building, you should be able to understand. Just understand that AC will come in to come to your switch, from your switch to the transformer, then from the transformer it will flow out, then it will pass through your diode. This is the diode I'm having here, look at it. So from my diode, it will flow in through my capacitor, so my capacitor will make it more stable. Then from there, I will have my output, my DC output. So from there, I can power up my preamp. Then my preamp, I can supply voltage. So then my transistors will be able to amplify it. Then I have my output. So that's just it. That is the way an amplifier works. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, because of the new video I will be doing on how to build an amplifier. This one will want to build a 3000 watt amplifier. So I'll be using 2 of these. I'll be using 16 transistors, and the rest, it's gonna be a nice time. All right, thank you. See you in the next video.